Hey guys, this is Mosi once again. Today we're going to be taking a look at my take on the Marauder Juggernaut Ascendancy class. So we're currently playing in the Prophecy Hardcore League, and we have somehow made it to level 90 within the last day or so. I think we're currently in the top 150, probably higher than that if you take into account all of the dead people that we've seen those lovely RIP messages for in the last few days. So just a quick overview of this build. It is very beginner friendly. I would recommend it to anyone new to Path of Exile or anyone who's looking to try out hardcore for the first time. A quick summary of the defenses shows that we're currently rocking about 9400 health. We have 715 life regen per second. We also have 8 endurance charges, which gives us, with the unrelenting ascendancy, basically permanent immortal call. And how that works is anytime you use an enduring cry to gain 1 endurance charge, you instantly gain up to your max number of endurance charges. And our current setup with our level 20 cast 1 damage taken, level 20 immortal call, and increased duration gives us about a 5 to 6 second fizz immunity window. So within that window you can cast enduring cry again, and look again, you're fizz immune. So in addition to that, the reason we went with such a high health pool was to help prevent against some stupid mistakes, to help mitigate spell damage that you're going to encounter, the odd bear or two. Hopefully you're not running negative max map, because that usually ends up in death, as we've seen recently. And also, in addition to the high health, the 8 endurance charges, the 715 life regen per second. We also have an 8% reduced elemental damage taken when at max endurance charges. We are also running Blasphemy with Enfeeble for another layer of support. And then additionally, on top of that, we picked up the Unyielding node, which means that our Fortify that we get from our Fortify link on our weapon gives us 25% more effectiveness, which basically equates to a 25% reduction of all incoming damage. So there's quite a few different layers of defenses that this character puts together to basically become a pretty tanky beast. So if we want to take a look at the links real quick, we're using Earthquake because obviously it's pretty strong at the moment. We have Conk Effect in right now just because we've been doing a lot of Uber labs today. For maps, we would replace that with increased AoE. We have less duration and melee physical damage and Fortify as our links. If we ended up with a 6th link, I think we would probably put in Added Fire for this. So Hezmana's is an axe I highly recommend for a lot of people. You can usually pick one up pretty cheap. I managed to get this one the first day or so into the league, and I was lucky enough to 5-link it with about 50 fusing, and I've been using it ever since. And the DPS it provides is more than adequate to get all the way up to the end game maps. Like I've been using this in tier 13s when I was leveling without any issue. Our DPS with Earthquake is it's about 19 to 20k without any buffs. That's only using Hatred and Herald of Ash. A lot of our gems are still level 16 because we flipped them for increased quality. That damage also goes up when you take into account Blood Rage, when you take into account the increased damage with Unyielding when you have Fortify on yourself, and also the increased damage you gain with Unrelenting per endurance charge you have on you. So when you have everything rolling, your damage is actually pretty strong, considering it's only a 5-link at the moment. In addition to Blood Rage, we're also using Ancestral War Chief for any kind of boss fights where we need that extra bit of DPS to come out. We have Enduring Cry, and then we have Blood Magic to support all of those, since right now we only have about 26 mana left. The reason we're able to use our Blasphemy Enfeeble with our Hatred and Herald of Ash is because of the Sovereignty keynote. So that, coupled with the mana reservation nodes leading up to it, allow us to run those 3 auras. The rest of the tree is pretty standard, pretty cookie cutter. You can tweak it where you need to, but besides that, nothing too important to note. In terms of flasks, we're currently just using standard life flasks and quicksilvers because we haven't needed to use anything else yet. If you want to, you can increase your DPS by using Lion's Roar, you can use Taste of Hate, you can use Atziri's Promise. There's quite a few different options that you can utilize. So what we've been doing today, I mentioned, was a lot of Uber I0 runs. Just to give you a quick tip on running that. So once you do start running them, I would highly recommend picking up the Twice Enchanted Prophecy, where you can use 2 of the Uber Lab enchants. It says Merciless on the description, but you can use them on Uber as well. And also the Emperor's Trove, which gives you an extra treasure key, which allows you to get quite a bit of very nice loot. In terms of what we found today, this is just a quick overview of gems I've kept that were 15 to 20 in quality. So there's quite a few of those. There's quite a few item level 84 armor and weapons that dropped. And there's also the potential to get pretty good map drops. I only managed to get 1 map chest in the 11 or 12 runs that we did, but I did get a wasteland, I got a couple of canyons, a volcano, precinct, and an arsenal. The best drop we had today, I would have to say, was when we had a chest filled with cards. We ended up getting a Brittle Emperor, and we sold that for 60 chaos, so that was definitely worth the fun today. And we killed most of the mobs throughout the dungeons on our runs, so even at level 90 running the Uber Lab, we still managed to gain 40% of a level today just by having some fun. So anyway, I think that's it for me for today, guys. Feel free to catch me on Twitch. My Twitch handle is twitch.tv/Mosie, that's M-O-A-S-I-E, and I'll be streaming quite a bit this week. And until then, I'll see you guys around, and hope you have a great rest of your day/night. Cheers.